Okay, I hope everyone's having a good trading week so far. You guys asked for it, so I'm going to be doing this breakdown on UJ on the trade that I took. Um, so obviously looking at the higher time frame, the daily, right? I don't really use the weekly or the monthly. If you're a day trader, you don't need to be looking at those higher time frames, okay? If you're a position trader, obviously you're going to be wanting to look at those, right? The equal highs, equal lows on the weekly time frames, okay, and the imbalances there. Okay, but today I'm going to show you something that no one really wants anyone to know about Forex trading, okay? So clearly we're bullish on the higher time frame, right? On the daily time frame. You don't need to go back as far as months, but let's look at this month so far of October. Keep in mind that we're bullish on the higher time frames, okay? And we're looking for POIs to retrace into, okay? So we're obviously trying to buy low. Okay, we're obviously trying to buy at a discount price. Okay, premiums and discounts is a whole nother lesson. We're not going to get into that. But you're obviously looking to buy on the retracements here. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame, we see we have our daily POI, right? So this order block was left behind, and when we had this big up move on the 15th of October, this order block was left behind. Okay, so this is our next buying point. Okay, this is our next area we want to look at in terms of buying. Okay, so now on the daily time frame, the order block is 40 pips, right? Too big. So we want to refine that POI. The trick is to keep refining things, right? Price is fractal with time. Okay, time and price theory is so important when it comes to smart money. Okay, so we're obviously going to refine this POI on our H4 time frame to here. Okay, the ultimate low before the strong move to the upside on the H4 time frame, and as you can see, we tapped into it on the 22nd of October, and we had our reaction on the 24th. Okay, so as soon as price taps into this POI, you can set an alert over here, whatever you want to do, but this is the only place you should be looking to buy. Okay, price could come down here and rally up. Okay, it doesn't matter. You're looking to buy at the discounted price. Okay, why? Because that means that all the money has been taken right to the extreme. Okay, and you're looking to buy off here. That's why you get this nice reaction. Okay, so keeping our 4-hour POI, we're going to go down to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so as we go down to the lower time frame, what you're looking for here is a stop hunt, a break in market structure, and a return to the source. Okay, that's also a whole nother lesson. Okay, whatever you want to call it, a schematic, a pattern, whatever. You can't just be looking for these types of patterns though. When you're in a consolidation, a bullish or bearish market, okay, you need a higher time frame POI so that you can build confidence and you can take these trades without hesitation, right? You have a plan, right? This is your trading plan. Always talking about how systematic trading is so important, right? You need a set of rules, whether that's my rules or someone else's rules, or you create your own. It's completely and entirely up to you. Okay, and I want to note that there's no right way to trade. Okay, and there's no wrong way really to trade as long as you have a plan and a system and you follow it consistently. Okay, so obviously here we see that we have a stop hunt, right? The purge on liquidity, right? Okay, so sell stops are taken here. And people that were buyers trying to catch the reversal are obviously stopped out. Okay, because where's their stop loss? Below this low. Okay, so as we tap into the higher time frame POI here, you're looking for your confirmations, right? Your lower time frame confirmations. Now, the ideal situation is to wait for the break in market structure here, okay, and then catch it on the return. But you want to keep in mind that your POI, if it's on the H4, you want to be looking at the smaller time frames, right? The 5-minute, the H4, they go together. The daily and the M15, they go together. Okay, and you can even go as far as the M1, the minute one, when you get really good at this for those sniper entries, right? Those 1 to 20 RRs, this 1 to 15 RRs, right? So your risk to reward, which by the way is the only thing that ever matters in this game. Okay, so you have your purge on liquidity here, stops are taken, your break in market structure. Okay, and then you have a return to this POI, but that's not the one we're looking at, okay? If you want to go as far as the 30-second time frame, you can. It's not really needed, but typically when I'm looking at the 4 hour and I have a higher time frame POI on the 4 hour, I'm going to go down the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frame and look at what we have. Okay, so let's scroll back to where price actually tapped in here. Okay. So now that we're on the 1 minute time frame, what you're looking for is exactly what you're looking for on the 15-minute time frame, right? Because price is fractal. Time and price theory is so important. Timing when it comes to smart money, it's everything, right? If you don't have timing involved with your trading plan or however you're trading your strategy, you're never going to be successful. Okay, you need a trading window, whether that's 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, where you sit down and look at these markets, and that can be anywhere from 2 to 5 a.m. Eastern time, which is London, or 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern time, which is the New York session, obviously. Okay, so what do we see here? When price taps in, I don't really see much going on here, okay? I just see a bunch of sideways movement, right? We're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now here, okay, and pay attention to this schematic, right? This is all just accumulation and manipulation, okay? So we see we have this low that's purged. I don't know why that didn't draw. We have a low here that's taken out, okay, just by a hair, okay? But that's enough for the dealers to get their money, obviously, because look at the reaction, okay? So you have this low on the 22nd around 15 o'clock here, okay, and then it's taken at 15:30. Okay, and then what do we have? Once the purge on liquidity happens, right? More sell stops are taking, sellers are induced here. Okay, now you're waiting for the break of structure. And I'm going to do more videos on market structure and the importance of it. And you'll see how everything kind of comes together, right? All you really need to understand is market structure, time, and liquidity. Okay, liquidity is everything with smart money, as well as those other things. Like I said, time, liquidity, time and price theory is everything. So we're looking for a break of structure after the purge on liquidity, okay, which we get here at 1613 to be exact. Okay, so you have your break in market structure. Okay, automatically my buy limit is going to be set to the extreme. Okay, at your extreme POI. Why the extreme? Well, because it's higher probability. Okay, when you could be buying, well, you might say, well, why can't I buy off this order block or whatever order block? Not every order block is a valid one, okay? There's certain things that need to happen in price to validate an order block, okay? And as you see here, this is no coincidence that price just taps in here and shoots off. Okay, obviously there's no coincidence. There's a reason why this happened. There's a reason why price reacted the way it did here at 1625, to be exact. Okay, and these schematics are things that you learn just by experience, right? Studying them, studying how, whether it's Wyckoff, right? Your springs, your STBs, and your tests, whatever, ICT, Wyckoff, smart money, whatever you studied, I've done it all. Trust me, I've been there, I've done it all. Pick what works for you. Okay, trading is a personality thing. It's not what I may have. My set of rules might not work for you. Okay, but I can tell you, if you study hard enough, it will. But it might not be for everyone. Okay, so it's important to understand that as I'm saying this. Okay, so obviously, right, you get your purge on liquidity here. You have your break in market structure. Okay, and then you also get a break in the external structure that created the low that was purged. Okay, so this low creates this high, which creates this low. This is your external structure. Okay, and you're not always going to get a break in the external structure and then the return. Okay, I look for the break, the internal structure break is enough for me. Okay, so when the internal structure is broken here at 1613, I set my buy limit here, and obviously you can see we took this all the way. You have a 9 RR, and you can go as far as, let's go back to the 15-minute. You can go as far back as to, I mean, not as far back, you can go as far as up as you'd like, right? You should always have one runner in the end to hit your target, right? Now, where are we targeting? That's a whole nother video as well, but partials are going to be taken along the way. Okay, whether that's on the 1 minute time frame, which I did take this trade on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, partials should be taken where the money's at, right? Always protect your position, right? And I'll let you guys in on a little sauce of where I set my price. I mean, my positions to break even in another video, but ultimately, this is going to be your target, okay? And this trade doesn't happen like this all the time, right? It's not as always picture perfect, cut and dry, and beautiful as this 1 to 30 are. Okay, no, I didn't have a runner all the way up to 1 to 30. I took my profits somewhere around here, and I left because that's good enough for me, right? You don't want to. You hear it all the time. You don't want to be greedy. Don't ask for too much. Take your money, take what you can, and to reach your weekly goal, set those goals. Everything needs to be consistent, and you'll be profitable in the end. Okay, so just looking back on it here. This was the trade breakdown on UJ. These are reasons why I took it. I hope you guys can find value in this and learn from it. Don't skip over this. Okay, this stuff is so important if you're trading smart money. And hopefully, like I said, you guys learned something. And until in my next video, good luck, good trading.